How is nobody talking about this NHL rookie? In a one-goal Game 7 from the Stars and the Kraken, watch this rink-wide pass by Evgeny Dadonov off the boards to Wyatt Johnston, and with under 10 minutes to go in the third, he roofs it backhand from an unexpected angle, leading the Stars to a 2-1 series clinching win. Wyatt Johnston has been nothing short of unbelievable for the Dallas Stars. He leads all rookies in points in the NHL playoffs and has already contributed with 4 goals and 2 assists in 13 games for the Stars at the age of 20. For every game that he scored a point thus far, he's averaged about 15 minutes on the ice, which is about second or third line minutes. Now, for those of you who don't know, Johnston was drafted 24th overall in the first round by the Dallas Stars in 2021, but because of COVID, only played with Canada at the 2021 IIHF World Under-18 Championship. Then the following year, he continued to play for the Windsor Spitfires in the OHL, where he'd record 124 points in 68 games. Then of course, this year he's transferred to the NHL, where he made a strong impact in the regular season, but arguably more importantly in the playoffs, because as I mentioned earlier, he pushed the Stars over the edge to send them to the Western Conference Finals. Dallas had a ton of chances through the first 35 minutes, but Grubauer didn't budge. The game was so tight that the first goal didn't come until the second period, where Rupe Hintz forces a turnover and fires a shot past Philip Grubauer to make it 1-0. And then of course, Johnston with the game winner. But aside from just the stats, Johnston has such high hockey IQ. You can tell that he's still very much a teenager playing in a man's league, but he's adapted so well and is able to adjust his game so he can compete at the highest levels. Like Mitch Marner, he may not be the biggest guy on the ice, but he's able to use his hockey sense to make plays and avoid checks. Johnston is now one of the many young players that are paving the way for a new generation of hockey players where strength and size isn't the only contributing factor to league success. They continue to change the game by playing to their own advantages, and perhaps that's why there's a lack of space for old school grinders in modern NHL hockey. Johnston is the youngest player on the Dallas Stars, and he now has 2 series clinching goals in the postseason, the other being from Game 6 against the Minnesota Wild, making him the 5th rookie in league history to score multiple series clinching goals. Coach of the Stars Peter DeBoer said this about Johnston's game-winning goal against the Kraken: "It's not just a goal. It's hard to explain. I don't know how many players would think about doing that, never mind pulling it off and scoring on that play. It was an elite, world-class play by one of the youngest players in the league. What a start for the kid, and what high praise. Expect him to be a difference maker for the Stars moving forwards." But what are your thoughts on him? Comment down below if you're surprised by any of the success the Stars have had this season, and whether or not you noticed the clear skill of this rookie. Thanks for watching. If you learned something, hit the subscribe button. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video and you want more like this one. It's Cappy, and I'm out.